Lots of stairs, but we're excited. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's different. It's not pasta.
So we have placed our order for this iconic Florentine dish. Alright, so it's our first full day in Florence, but it's also our last full day in Florence. So right now we're gonna go get some espresso to kick start the day, and then we're gonna meet up with our tour guide.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have, hey, sorry, it's gonna be a little loud. Lots of Vespas. So we have a guided tour of the Accademia, and then we'll go over to the Duomo and do the Duomo climb up to the top. And then after that we'll probably go find some lunch. But I know I'm really excited. I'm excited to see how it compares to the St. Peter's and how walking up that's gonna be. So lots of stairs, but we're excited.
I think I'm most excited to see Statue of David.
Well, yes, of course, that's the highlight.
So our tour kicked off at the Accademia, where we got to see Statue of David and lots of other works by Michelangelo, and got to hear lots of stories about Michelangelo and just his impact and influence over everything here in Florence. But ultimately the David is of course the highlight. It's, I think, just over 17 feet tall. It's massive, and it is stunning. I mean, it is such a amazing piece of art.
It was the prettiest art of all the art.
Yeah, our guide spent 45 minutes talking about it, every piece of it, and it was...
I could have sat there for another hour.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
And just all the details. I mean, even the veins in the hand, the muscles, everything, his expression. Yeah. David's expression, just down to every little detail. You see why it's such a popular piece of artwork and such an incredible sculpture, and why it has the
relevance, and like why it draws such a big crowd.
Yes, why it is something that,
it's a must-see.
Why you want to see it.
Yeah.
After that, we came over to do the Duomo climb. To do the Duomo climb, which you can tell is where we are now, and just has beautiful views overlooking Florence.
360 views.
Yes, yeah. And they control the amount of people that come up, which again is thankful because we basically have this with 4 other people.
Yeah.
So we are getting any view we want for as long as we want it.
Any pictures, anything. Yeah,
Yes.
It's been great.
But you do have to climb up a lot of steps to get here,
Yeah.
which has led to us growing quite an appetite. So I think it's time to go eat.
Okay, so we're at Pino's and we got the Casey Rose special.
We both got the Casey Rose, and if you don't know who Casey Rose is, and you're going to be coming to Italy, especially if you're going to be coming to Florence, you need to follow Casey Rose on Instagram. She has not let us wrong yet.
So after lunch, we were going to walk back to the Airbnb because Lauren wants to change
Just don't change too much, okay?
change out of pants into shorts so we can walk around Florence a little bit more. And on the way, we just happened to walk into line at La Strega Nociola, which is the place we went to on the first day we got here, and it was so good. When we saw that there was one closer to our Airbnb, we decided to go back.
Yeah, so I got pistachio and stracciatella, which is basically like chocolate chips and vanilla and little chocolate chip pieces.
And I got the classic pistachio and hazelnut. It's not gone wrong yet, so.
So good.
We went to the market to roam around. I went to smell all the leather.
I went to find me a purse. I've been really wanting one. I've been wanting to find something in Florence specifically because they're known for their leather. And I found me a purse, so I'm super excited. But now we're gonna go somewhere very special. So the special place that we went was a wine window at Bye-Bye.
Yeah.
And it's across the river, and it was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. And now we're enjoying a glass of Prosecco.
Yeah, you get here, there's a little window, like
Yeah.
it's the size of almost a large US mailbox.
Yeah, and you ring the bell and they come and take your order, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
this is,
There's a little menu hanging there.
Yes.
And Lauren did have to go in to pay with
Right,
a card.
yeah, but I think
if
if
you had cash, you could just pay
do
and,
it, yeah.
You would never have to step foot inside. And these are all over Florence. So if you walk around, you will see these little windows everywhere. Now, a lot of them are closed.
Or they don't work,
And
or they
they're
don't do it
They're
anymore.
not using them anymore, but they were used during the Black Plague as a way to serve people wine. And this place, Bye-Bye, opened theirs about 3-4 years ago before COVID.
Yeah.
But they had started using their wine window, and it was actually featured on Stanley Tucci's
Searching
for Italy, and that's how
Season
we
1, yeah.
had heard about it. And funny enough, during COVID, a lot of other places started opening
Yeah.
their windows. So there are a lot more in service now. You can find them being used. I think there's a map maybe online of where they all are located, but there's a lot of them. And we wanted to make sure we had a chance to come get
Yes.
some wine from one
Totally
of the
worth the
windows.
walk.
Yeah.
So excited.
Cheers.
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 Okay, so we just stopped back by the Airbnb for just a quick second, and then we're gonna go to dinner.
Yes, we're gonna go to Trattoria Zaza, which I'm really excited about because my mom told me, because she's been to Florence, that they have a really good strawberry drink. I don't know the name of
Yeah,
it,
so-
but apparently it's supposed to be really good.
Yes, and for our last meal in Florence, we are going to try something very special. It's going to be very different than what we've had our entire trip in Italy, and it's going to be a first for us, or first for me in a couple of instances, a couple areas. We're pretty excited. We've been looking forward to this particular meal.
It's different. It's not pasta.
but it's what you get when you come to Florence.
Yes.
Okay, unfortunately, it's our last morning here in Florence. I think we both kind of wish we had more time here.
Yeah, we're sad to leave.
Yes, especially after last night's dinner. It was at Trattoria Zaza. And
I got a strawberry drink. I can't pronounce. I'll post it. It's like strawberry care Pasca something, and it was delicious.
And we got a bottle of their Chianti Classico wine, which was really good.
What we had, something special that was not pasta, was the Florentine Steak.
Yes, and there was on the menu there was the famous Florentine beefsteak, and then the famous Florentine tenderloin beefsteak.
Yes, and then we didn't know what the difference was.
And they explained the difference to us. If you just get the Florentine beefsteak, you get that part of the steak. If you get the tenderloin added, you get this additional piece of the steak. And it was so good.
I mean, we've got pictures, video, like you'll see just how massive
it was. The first rare steak I think either one of us have had, but that was how they recommended it, and so we were gonna go with the recommendation.
We thought when in Florence, we have to do as the Florentines do.
I cut every piece of meat I could find off of that. It was so good.
Neither Lauren or I have ever eaten a rare steak, but that is how they recommend you eat it. And I grew up eating steaks well done with A1 sauce. Until I met Lauren did I start going down to where I would order medium well, then medium, the occasional medium rare. But this is the first rare steak I have ever eaten. And I can't think of a better opportunity to just go for it and eat a rare steak than the Florentine steak. So, win in Florence.
And they recommended the rosemary potatoes with it, which were also really good, but the steak was the show.
And then after we got done with dinner, we walked over to GELATO,
which was really good.
Yes.
They have a cone that has like the chocolate and nuts on
almost like a drumstick.
Yes,
like,
which was really good.
And he got that, and it looked really good.
And we called it a night. Now we're heading to the train station for our last leg of our Italy trip, but maybe the best.
Yes.
We are heading to Venice.
Yes, and I've been looking forward to this for not only the last 2.5 years because of our trip getting canceled, but I've been waiting to go here for probably 13 years. I've always loved the idea of Venice, and I'm just so excited to finally get there and see what it's all about.
After a week and a half in Italy, I think what I'm looking forward to most in Venice is getting around, not dodging cars in Venice.
Yes, definitely.
You will always be walking throughout the streets, and you're always keeping an eye on the cars. But in Venice,
You don't have to
you
worry
don't
about
do that.
So.